Okay, so I am going to run through how to install a vent. So I have my little kit here. So this is basically the tools I use. I use my little saw, which is a danger zone, doesn't have a guard on it, but that gets me really close to walls. That's why I cut that off of there like that. I have a grinder, a fine saw or a multi-tool. I have a Dremel tool or peanut grinder with a metal cutting wheel in case the metal vent is going to give me trouble. A hammer, a little pry bar, and a small brake. This is a sheet metal brake or a sheet metal tool. This will be used for bending sheet metal if I need to. This is pretty much my little kit for doing vents. So I'm going to go ahead and run through one of these. I have a 4-banger cord that I bring in so I don't have to keep unplugging things all the time. So, first step, pull this vent out of the hole. Sorry about the lighting, not that great in here. Pull that vent out of the hole. Take my nice, beautiful wood-shaped vent. I don't know if you've ever installed vents or if you're having a floor guy do your floors, make sure they insist on wood-shaped vents. These are the best. They're the strongest, they look the best, they're manufactured extremely well, and they go in so nicely. So, we will lay that upside down over the hole. Of course, I try to stay on the lines, but yeah, this one here I can do it. It's going to be a little off center, you can see, but it's worth it to stay on the lines. Okay, first step. Let's just draw around that thing. Another plus of doing it like this, you only have to cut the ends. If you can line it up on the hardwood edges, then you only have to cut the 2 ends. And they plop right in there. So there's my 2 lines. Plug in all my tools. Before you start using power tools, make sure you have the proper aural protectors or earmuffs on. Okay, so let's just see how that vent fits in the hole. You can see I kept my tongue and groove, and I have my groove on the vent and the tongue on that. in the hole, so that fits in there pretty snug. So what I'm going to do now is glue it. You can see this one's slightly off center, but you know, that's not going to hurt anything when I do all the rest of the vents in the house. If it were a new installation, I would do it a little differently, but this is a refit. So I will take my yellow glue and I will glue that hardwood vent right in place. Go around it. Then I'll actually put a little down below also, just to make sure it's glued down and glued to the hardwood itself. So, pop that into place. Like that. So in most cases I have my nail gun, my air compressor and all that stuff handy, but we're just going to do this one the old-fashioned way. Couple of nails into the subfloor. Just use a little pilot just to make sure I don't split the wood. Some 2-inch 8-penny nails. Set those down really well. There. Ready for edge and fill. So I'll just go get the edger and do that right now real quick. So this is one of the reasons I don't bring in my air compressor just to fit my vents. Because you can see all the stuff I have to move here. I got to move this into every room of the whole house. And if I had an air compressor and nail guns and all that, it's just more stuff. You saw how easy it is to put those nails in. Okay, this is an old Super 7 of mine. I've had this edger for many years. The jack shaft stripped out. I just replaced that last week. I didn't make a video of it, and I should have, because I looked everywhere on the internet for a video of pulling that jack shaft out. I found everything except for that. You need a little press for the jack shaft, which is the threaded part for the to hold the paper on. So I have it on here and I'm going to try it out right now for the first time after repairing it. Okay, brand new felt pad. Starting fresh here. Paper should still be set up the way I had it before. So it takes 2 pieces of paper, so you can do a tearaway sleeve. Now let's just see if the threads bite. Beautiful, look at that, nice and tight. And that's why I replaced it, because the threads inside that shaft were stripped. You couldn't tighten your paper anymore. Okay, let's sand this thing and see what we come up with. that. See all that gooey stuff on that paper? That's the finish. Giving us grief. So I gotta change the paper pretty often on this. Okay, a little bit of filler. We'll use the red oak, same stuff we're going to fill everything with. And there's a vent ready for the final sanding and finish.